Hi everybody, this is my response to NWA's December challenge, Prepper Challenge, $20 preps. So it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do because I wanted to do something unusual that I didn't think anybody else was going to do. And my specialty, or my areas of expertise, fall into gardening and food preservation. So I'm going to talk about gardening. You're looking at a pile of wood chips. I am 5'10", so this has got to be at least 5.5 feet tall. And you see that pile of logs over there. Keep that in the back of your mind. I got these chips for free from a company called Chip Drop, something like that. I'll put the link down below. They work with local arborists, and they'll deliver chips free to your home if you're within like 10 miles of wherever they're doing chipping, and they'll bring it to you for free. If you throw a little money their way, which I threw $20 their way, then sometimes you get a little extra if you are willing to take it. In this case, I got a bunch of birch rounds, which is fine with me. They bring them over, they dump them, they threw them over in this pile, and super easy for me to chop for wood later, and I do burn for heat. This pile of chips is a third of the size that it was when I first got it, and I use it for my gardening. Some of you may have heard about Back to Eden gardening. There's Sarah. She's barking at us. She's always barking. Nah, she's not always barking. She's a good girl. So I use a technique that's called deep mulch gardening, or some people refer to it as Back to Eden gardening. I can put a link down below. The movie that made this very popular is fairly heavily religious. I am not heavily religious, but I grew up in a heavily religious household. I grew up Catholic. So it's easy for me to watch stuff like that and take what I want and leave the rest. So I'd ask you to do the same. Take bits and pieces of the information that you'd like, and keep it for your use. If you don't like something, just don't let it bother you and don't listen to it anymore. So what is it? What's deep method or deep mulch Back to Eden gardening? Well, it's on a very high level overview. It's looking at how the forests function and reproducing that in real life. So in a forest, a limb falls from the trees, the leaves fall, the needles fall, and nobody comes through and rakes them up and rototills it all in to plant a garden. This is my big garden. It's about 35 by 40 feet. You can see I've got 6 to 8 inches of chips down below. Hey, Sarah. And now throughout the year we also put leaves on top of it because I'm creating a very deep environment here. I've used this for the last 2 years. I really like it, but check it out. So I used to rototill this area, and then I would come out and cry when I saw how many weeds were in here and how impossible it was for me to try to keep it up. So how deep am I? Sarah could help, but I am probably 6 to 8 inches deep before I hit dirt. But by the time spring rolls around, I'm going to be able just to pull this back like that and plant directly in here and then put it back. And I'm not going to get very many weeds at all. Will I get some? Sure, I'm going to get some. But I'm not going to get nearly as many as I had before. So this is an unusual prep, I think, because it'll help save you gas. You won't be rototilling. It'll help save your mind because you're not going to be out here weeding, so it'll save time. It's also super quiet to walk on if you have areas throughout your yard that you need to keep under the radar. This is my Swiss Chard. Can you believe it? It's the middle of December and it's still growing. It's growing great. I'm still harvesting it and eating it. It's insane how great this stuff grows. So I put chips throughout the whole house, all around the fences. It's my burn pile. I've got another 3 gardens. None of them are as big as this one behind me. But that's my video response. If you guys are looking for chips, I believe Chip Drop is a national organization working with arborists everywhere. I'm pretty rural, but they sure came out here and have done lots and lots of loads for me. Like I said, they'll do it for free if they happen to be in the area and it's convenient, but if you throw some money their way, which you can do through the web page, it's all on the up and up, you tend to get little surprises if you're willing to take them, and you get a lot more chips. So there you go. Let me know if you have any questions, and check out the links below. And thanks NWA Prepper for the December challenge. It's fun to enter. Thanks.